Well, how'd you like your employer to pay for you to go on an overseas holiday? The boss of Christchurch's Paul Kelly Motor Company's doing just that, offering to take every single one of his employees on an all-expenses-paid trip to Las Vegas for his car dealership's 20th anniversary. Paul Kelly is funding the trip for around 40 staff himself, no company money's involved, and he says there's a simple reason why. Logan Church reports.
It would be fair to say that employees at Paul Kelly Motor Company got the shock of their lives when their boss announced earlier this year he was sending them all to Las Vegas.
Out of nowhere, just told us over a beer. It was bloody exciting.
Were you surprised?
Yeah, it was a wee bit. I've only been here 2 years, but yeah, didn't expect that at all.
Pulled us all up into the office and announced it, and I think there was a lot of shock and a lot of excitement as well. I don't think people really believed it was going to happen.
I think initially everyone was kind of a bit drop-jawed and like, what the hell was he talking about? Is he serious? And then all of a sudden it clicked. You know, he was dead serious. He's taking everyone to Vegas, and that's when the whole room kind of erupted and went crazy.
One of those lucky employees is Craig Stace, a mechanic who has worked for the company for 16 years. He's never been on an overseas trip like this, and it took him a while to fully comprehend that he was going to the entertainment capital of the world.
Yeah, not until really on the plane, but I know we are, but yeah, we've all got our tickets and everything like that as well, so yeah, it's all go. Yeah.
Have you been to Vegas yourself before?
No, never. No, I've been overseas somewhere else, but not anywhere near Vegas. No, so that's been pretty cool.
Staff at Paul Kelly Motor Company are used to extreme work events. Over the past few years, their boss has arranged amphibious boat racing, short film productions, and even his own version of the hit television show The Apprentice. Last year, they flew helicopters and aeroplanes. Craig says it's going to be hard to top the Vegas trip.
Oh God, I hate to imagine. Oh, it could be anything. The sky's the limit, really, isn't it? You know, so yeah, you just never know with Paul. He's always pretty generous, so it's, you know, he's always been like that.
Paul Kelly is paying for everyone's trip himself, which leaves a $150,000 hole in his pocket. His 4 car yards and service centre will be completely shut from next week as his team wing their way to Sin City. He says the trip has been months in the making.
At Christmas time, I was sitting down trying to work out what I was going to do for the 23rd anniversary. I was going to have my own version of the amazing race down in Central Otago. The logistics were getting way too hard, and it was getting extremely expensive to do it. So I sat down with my wife and said, why don't I just send the whole lot to Vegas with myself? She said, you're mad? And I said, well, I know I'm that. And that was it.
Paul Kelly says it's worth every penny, as his team works hard and are like a family to him.
I had some employers, or one in particular when I was a very young fella, but not the actual employer, but the manager there was just, he was awful to me. All I could ever think about is I just want my own business one day, and I'm not going to be you, and I'm very glad I haven't done anything like what they used to do. Just used to get a hard time and not want to turn up, and you know, why would you do that? I just don't understand it.
On the streets of Christchurch, people were amazed to hear about the trip and doubted their employers would be as generous.
Yeah, I work for a government department, so there's no frivolous spending like that at all. We pay for our own work too. Yeah. So social club, we just fundraise it.
No, I can't see that being a happening thing. It's a pretty big organisation. Sending sort of 7,000 people overseas might be a wee bit beyond the budget limitations.
What do your work dues typically look like?
Oh, we'll just go out to a cafe around town and have a meal and a few drinks. That's about it.
A lot simpler than going out to Las Vegas.
I'll say.
Paul Kelly and his team will take off for Las Vegas on Monday. In Christchurch for Checkpoint, Logan Church.